My name is Jean Gazarian. It is the 6th of April, 2004, and I'm at Grand Central Station. I've been asked by Charles Rowe, my friend Charles Rowe, and his wife, Cecelia, to tell the story of my life. This is a very challenging task because it's so much connected with the United Nations that it probably means telling you about the history of the United Nations, but that's very dangerous too because it may take hours, and I don't want to emulate Fidel Castro, who came to the United Nations in 1960 and started by saying, "Señoras y señores, I have the reputation of speaking at length, but this time I can assure you I shall be extremely brief." And he ended 4 hours and 20 minutes later. So I was born and educated in Paris. I graduated in linguistics and literature from the Sorbonne, that famous university established in the 13th century by Robert de Sorbonne. After graduating in 1946, I left Paris for the French Alps because I thought I deserved a rest, a well-deserved rest, thought I, but not so, because as soon as I arrived in the Alps, I received a cable from my mother, who was in Paris. In those days, there was no email. And she said, "Jean, come back immediately. There is something important to discuss." So I didn't take the first plane because there was no plane connection between the Alps and the capital. But I took the first train to Paris. And as soon as I arrived, I realized what was the matter. There was nothing tragic, but a friend of ours came with a clipping from Le Monde, the newspaper Le Monde, in which it was said that they were looking for translators for a new organization that was going to be established on the other side of the Atlantic. So he said, "Jean, you should try, because if you succeed, you may become a translator and you will stay in the United States for 2-3 years, and then come back to Paris for your real career, because that's not going to last even as long as the League of Nations. So try it." And I tried. In fact, I made my application on the 23rd of July of that year. I took the exam on the 23rd of August, and I was told I had succeeded on the 23rd of September. And after a flight of 23 hours, in a plane chartered by the Air Transport Command of the United States, where we had very hard seats and had to wear a parachute on our back just in case one of the engines decided to stop. After that long flight of 23 hours, I arrived in New York, and I started working on the 23rd of October. So needless to say, 23 became my lucky number. And whenever I buy a lottery ticket, I make sure it ends on 23. And I never win.